After Waterloo by Robert Fuller Murray. On the field of Waterloo we made Napoleon rue that ever out of Elba he decided for to come, for we finished him that day, and he had to run away, and yield himself to Maitland on the Billy-ruffium. 'Twas a stubborn fight, no doubt, and the fortune wheeled about, and the brave Mossoos kept coming most uncomfortable near, and says Wellington the hero, as his hopes went down to zero, I wish to God that Blooker or the night was only here. But Blooker came at length, and we broke Napoleon's strength, and the flower of his army, that's the old Imperial Guard, they made a final sally, but they found they could not rally, and at last they broke and fled, after fighting bitter hard. Now Napoleon he had thought, when a British ship he sought, and gave himself uncalled for, in a manner, you might say, he'd be treated like a king with the best of everything, and maybe have a palace for to live in every day. He was treated very well, as became a noble swell, but we couldn't leave him loose, not in Europe anywhere, for we knew he would be making some gigantic undertaking, while the trustful British lion was reposing in his lair. We tried him once before near the European shore, having planted him in Elba, where he promised to remain, but when he saw his chance, why, he bolted off to France, and he made a lot of trouble, but it wouldn't do again. Says the prince to him, you know, far away you'll have to go, to a pleasant little island off the coast of Africa, where they tell me that the view of the ocean deep and blue, is remarkable extensive, and it's there you'll have to stay. So Napoleon wiped his eye, and he wished the prince good-bye, and being stony broke, made the best of it he could, and they kept him snugly pensioned, where his Royal Highness mentioned, and Napoleon Bonaparte is provided for good. Now of that I don't complain, but I ask and ask in vain, why me, a British soldier, as has lost a useful arm through fighting of the foe, when the trumpets cease to blow, should be forced to feed the pigs on a little Surrey farm, while him has fought with us, and created such a fuss, and in the whole of Europe did a mighty deal of harm, should be kept upon a rock, like a precious fighting cock, and be found in beer and baccy, which would suit me to a charm.